Welcome back to Grandma's Vibes, your go-to channel for real, relatable advice on love, relationships, and everything in between. Today, we're diving into a topic that's been the subject of countless debates. What makes a man truly irresistible to women? Most guys assume it's all about chiseled jawlines, six-pack abs, or a fat bank account. But here's the truth: what actually makes a man unforgettable has very little to do with his looks or how much money he makes. Women are drawn to the small things: the way you carry yourself, the effortless confidence, the subtle habits you don't even think twice about. It's not about being the loudest guy in the room. It's about being the one who lingers in her mind long after you're gone. Some of these traits will surprise you, some will make total sense, and by the time we're done, you'll understand exactly what separates the men women remember from the ones they forget. And if you stick around until the end, I'll share a bonus tip that instantly boosts your attractiveness without you even trying. Let's get into it. 1. Rolled up sleeves, forearms. There's something about a man rolling up his sleeves that just works. It's effortless, it's natural, and yet it's strangely attractive to women. Why? Because forearms are one of those underrated masculine features that subtly signal strength and capability. When you roll up your sleeves, whether you're fixing something, typing away at your desk, or just casually standing around, it gives off the impression that you're hands-on and capable. Studies back this up. A study from the Journal of Evolutionary Biology found that women are naturally drawn to visible signs of physical competence. Your forearms, with their veins slightly showing, hint at strength without you needing to flex. Think about it. Why do male celebrities in movies always have that one scene where they roll up their sleeves before doing something important? It's because it works. So next time you're wearing a button-down or even just a long-sleeve shirt, roll them up just a bit. You'd be surprised at how much attention you start getting. 2. Being unaware of your hotness, modesty. Confidence is attractive, but do you know what's even more attractive? A man who doesn't act like he knows he's attractive. There's a fine line between being confident and being too self-aware. Women love a guy who looks great, but doesn't constantly fish for compliments. The guy who doesn't stand in front of the mirror flexing every 5 seconds. The one who carries himself well, but doesn't act like he's God's gift to women. That's the guy who stands out. Why? Because modesty signals something powerful: security. When you don't need to prove that you're attractive, it means you already know your worth, and that in itself makes you even hotter. Think about the most charismatic guys you know. They're probably confident, but they're also humble. That balance between assurance and humility, that's what makes a man truly magnetic. So here's the key: own your confidence, but don't overdo it. Let her discover your attractiveness rather than forcing it in her face. 3. The 5 o'clock shadow. This one might seem like a minor detail, but trust me, stubble is a game changer. There's actual science behind this. A study published in the Evolution and Human Behavior Journal found that women rated men with light stubble as the most attractive. Why? Because it's the perfect balance between rugged and well-groomed. Too clean-shaven, and it can look a little too polished. Too much beard, and it can be overwhelming. But that sweet spot, the 5 o'clock shadow, makes you look effortlessly masculine. It signals maturity, strength, and a bit of that bad boy edge without going overboard. Think of it like this: Chris Hemsworth in Thor, or George Clooney in his prime. That slight stubble adds depth to your face and gives you that "I woke up like this" charm. So, if you're someone who can grow facial hair, experiment with keeping a little stubble. You might be surprised at how much of a difference it makes. 4. Bantering and joking. Here's something most guys don't realize: your ability to banter with a woman is one of the fastest ways to build attraction. Women love a guy who can keep up in conversation, playful teasing, quick-witted comebacks, and a little back-and-forth flirting. It's not just fun, it's actually psychologically proven to create chemistry. Why? Because bantering signals social intelligence. It shows that you're comfortable, confident, and not afraid to challenge her a little. Ever wonder why rom-coms always have that scene where the couple playfully teases each other before they finally fall in love? It's because this dynamic builds tension and excitement. The key is to keep it light. For example, if she says she's the best at cooking, you could say, "Oh yeah? What's your signature dish?" "Cereal with milk," with a smirk. Playful, not offensive. That's the trick. Master banter, and you'll immediately stand out from every guy who sticks to boring, safe conversations. 5. Knowing how to cook. You don't need to be a Michelin star chef, but knowing how to cook something beyond instant noodles, that's an instant attraction booster. Cooking is one of those rare skills that combine competence, creativity, and care. When a man cooks, it shows he's independent, self-sufficient, and let's be real, it's just sexy watching a guy confidently move around a kitchen. Think about it. Why do women swoon over guys who can whip up a good meal? Because it's not just about the food, it's about the gesture. It's about creating something for someone. A study by Oxford Economics even found that couples who cook together experience higher levels of relationship satisfaction. So, if you've never learned how to make a proper meal, start small. Master 1 or 2 simple dishes. Not only will it boost your attractiveness, but you'll also gain a valuable life skill in the process. 6. Loving her pets. If she has a pet and you genuinely like them, that's a huge green flag. Here's the thing. Women see how you treat animals as a preview of how you might treat a future child, a family, or even her. It's a subtle but powerful psychological association. A guy who's kind to her dog or cat automatically earns points in her mind. And I'm not talking about fake enthusiasm here. Women can tell when you're pretending. But if you genuinely pet her dog, play with her cat, or at least acknowledge her love for them, that's attractive. A 2014 study published in the Journal of Evolutionary Psychology even found that men with pets are often perceived as more attractive and nurturing. It signals responsibility and emotional intelligence. 2 things that are far more attractive than any designer outfit. So if she's a pet lover, make an effort to engage with her furry friend. It's such a small thing, but trust me, it matters. 7. Being a good tipper. You might think tipping is just about money, but it's actually a huge sign of character. Picture this. You're on a date, the waiter brings the check, and she subtly watches how you handle it. Do you tip generously? Or do you barely leave anything? Believe me, she notices. Being a good tipper isn't about showing off. It's about showing kindness, generosity, and respect for people who serve you. A man who treats service staff well automatically signals maturity, class, and emotional intelligence. Women know that how you treat strangers, especially those in lower power positions, says everything about how you'll treat a partner long term. And no, this doesn't mean you need to drop a ridiculous tip to impress her. Just be fair and kind. It's not about money, it's about mindset. 8. Holding a kitten. This one might sound a little too specific, but hear me out. There's something about seeing a man hold a tiny, delicate kitten that just makes women melt. Why? Because it's the perfect contrast, a strong, masculine guy holding something fragile and gentle. It's like seeing a different, softer side of you. This taps into a subconscious trigger. A man who can be gentle when it matters is a major attraction booster. Think about all those viral pictures of tough-looking guys holding kittens, puppies, or even babies. They always go viral because they shatter the stereotype. So no, you don't need to go out and adopt a kitten just for this effect. But if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're holding one, let her see it. It works every time. 9. Putting on and taking off a necktie. Ever notice how in movies, there's always a slow-motion scene where the guy loosens his tie or tightens it before something big happens? There's a reason for that. A man adjusting his tie is symbolic. It represents power, transformation, and control, all things women are subconsciously drawn to. Putting on a tie is a sign of elegance and effort. It shows that you care about your appearance, that you put in effort for the occasion. Taking it off at the end of the day signals relaxed confidence, like a man unwinding after handling business. And no, you don't need to wear a suit every day. But if you ever have an event where you wear a tie, make sure she sees you adjust it. It's subtle, but ridiculously effective. 10. Watching him work. There's something attractive about a man who is focused, dedicated, and completely immersed in what he's doing. It doesn't matter if it's fixing something, playing an instrument, or working on a project. When a guy is in his element, it's captivating to watch. Why? Because focus is sexy. Passion is sexy. A man who is driven and in control of his craft automatically becomes more desirable. This is why women find musicians, athletes, or even artists so attractive. Not because of their fame, but because they're completely engaged in something bigger than themselves. So, next time you're working on something, let her see you in action. It's one of the easiest ways to build attraction without saying a word. 11th. Being nice to her family. This one is huge. If she introduces you to her family, and you're polite, respectful, and make an effort, that instantly increases your attractiveness. Why? Because it signals long-term potential. Women think ahead. If you can't handle a simple conversation with her parents, how are you going to handle bigger commitments? You don't have to be over the top, just simple things like shaking hands, making eye contact, showing genuine interest, or even complimenting her mom's cooking, which, let's be honest, is always a good move. A man who knows how to navigate family dynamics with confidence, that's a keeper. 12th, wearing a suit or tuxedo. This one is almost unfair. A well-fitted suit is basically a cheat code for attractiveness. It makes you look confident, successful, and put together. It's why movies always have that scene where the male lead walks into a room in a tuxedo, and suddenly everyone turns their head. A suit isn't just clothing, it's presence. And the science backs this up. A study by the Journal of Fashion Marketing found that men who wear suits are perceived as more attractive, competent, and trustworthy. So, while you don't need to wear one every day, when the occasion calls for it, own it. A well-tailored suit can do more for your presence than a six-pack ever could. 13. Dark jeans that fit great. Speaking of looking effortlessly put together, let's talk about the power of well-fitted dark jeans. They're simple, they're stylish, and they just work. Why? Because they create a clean, structured silhouette. Baggy, loose jeans hide your shape. Super skinny jeans can feel a little too much, but a well-fitted dark pair of jeans, that's the sweet spot. They give off that relaxed but put-together vibe. Like you care, but you're not trying too hard. And women love that balance. If your closet doesn't already have a solid pair of dark jeans that fit perfectly, get one. It's one of the easiest style upgrades you can make. 14. Stepping out of the shower. Manscaping. There's something about a man stepping out of the shower, fresh, clean, and put together, that just hits differently. It's not just about being clean, though that's obviously important. It's about effort, taking care of yourself, looking fresh, and making sure you smell amazing. That's attractive. But here's the real key. Manscaping matters. That means keeping facial hair trimmed, body hair in check, and making sure you don't just look clean, but actually feel clean. A study from the International Journal of Cosmetic Science even found that women are far more attracted to men who put effort into grooming, because it signals self-care and confidence. So if you're still using a 3-in-1 shampoo, body wash, and conditioner, it's time for an upgrade. Trust me, women notice the little things. 15. Being chivalrous. Before you roll your eyes and think chivalry is dead, it's not. And if you know how to do it right, it's seriously attractive. Holding the door open, offering your jacket when it's cold, letting her walk in first. These aren't outdated gestures. They're signals that you're considerate, confident, and raised right. Chivalry isn't about being old-fashioned. It's about respect. It's about showing, without words, that you know how to treat a woman well, and that never goes out of style. Bonus tip: deep, genuine listening. If there's one thing that instantly makes a man more attractive, it's this: the ability to truly listen. And I don't mean nodding while waiting for your turn to speak. I mean fully engaging, being present, and actually caring about what she's saying. Most guys think they listen, but women can tell when it's fake. When a man really listens, asks thoughtful questions, remembers details, and makes her feel understood, it creates an instant emotional connection. A study from the University of Nevada even found that women rate good listening skills as one of the most attractive traits a man can have. So, if you take nothing else from this video, take this: master the art of deep listening, and you'll instantly set yourself apart from 90% of men. If you got value from this video, do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to Grandma's Vibes, and let us know in the comments which of these tips surprised you the most. Stay tuned for more real, relatable advice on love, relationships, and becoming the best version of yourself. See you in the next video.